MHW Television Championship is on the line next.
And Lance Jones may have just walked into the most dangerous defense of his entire reign.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Mixed Honor Wrestling Television Championship.
Aleksandr returns from suspension tonight with an opportunity to immediately change the landscape of MHW.
Or completely destroy it.
Listen to this reaction for Aleksandr.
Yeah, half these people love him and half of them think he's a dangerous psychopath.
Since returning from suspension, the questions around Aleksandr have only grown louder.
Especially after that bizarre moment with Samantha at Crown or Collapse.
And the mystery surrounding Sokolov's attack still hangs over this entire company.
You can speculate all you want, but what nobody can deny is this man dominated the league before suspension.
Aleksandr looked nearly unstoppable.
And tonight he gets a television championship opportunity because Lance Jones couldn't stop running his mouth earlier tonight.
And regardless of how people feel about Aleksandr personally, opportunities like this don't come around often.
Especially not against a champion as experienced as Lance Jones.
This could completely change the direction of the entire tournament.
And imagine the statement Aleksandr makes if he walks back from suspension and immediately wins championship gold.
Lance Jones enters tonight knowing one mistake could end his entire championship reign.
And judging by the look on his face earlier, he knows Samantha may have thrown him into the deep end tonight.
Lance Jones has held the MHW Television Championship longer than anybody expected.
Because he's smarter than people give him credit for.
Or because he constantly survives through controversy.
Survival is part of being champion.
Lance demanded a world title opportunity earlier tonight, and instead Samantha put him into a nightmare.
You can actually see the frustration on his face.
And despite everything people say about Lance Jones, he has defended this championship against some incredibly dangerous competition.
Yeah, but Aleksandr might be the most physically terrifying opponent he's faced yet.
And Lance has made a career out of surviving situations where people counted him out.
Usually because he bends every rule imaginable.
But championships create pressure, and tonight Lance looks genuinely uncomfortable.
Well, for once, he can't talk his way out of this.
Earlier tonight, he publicly embarrassed Samantha, questioned her authority, even accused her of involvement in Sokolov's attack.
And now he's standing across the ring from a man Samantha clearly has unresolved issues with.
That's what makes this whole situation so volatile.
And if Lance loses tonight, he may realize too late that making Samantha angry was the dumbest thing he's ever done.
And there's another layer to this too. Aleksandr already feels like a man fighting against the company itself.
Which makes him even more dangerous.
Because when somebody with his size and ability starts believing the system is against him, things can spiral quickly.
And Lance Jones might end up being collateral damage in all of it.
The atmosphere in this building feels completely different right now.
Because deep down, everybody watching thinks we may be moments away from a new television champion.
Introducing the challenger from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 247 pounds, Aleksandr! And his opponent from Jacksonville, Florida, weighing in at 230 pounds, the Mixed Honor Wrestling Television Champion, the Wonder Lance Jones.
Big fight atmosphere right now.
One mistake tonight changes everything.
Lance Jones versus Aleksandr for the MHW television title. And here we go. This is Alexander's first official match back following his suspension.
But somehow, suspension isn't even the biggest mystery around him anymore.
A circle of attacks in a parking lot, the lights going out at Crown or Collapse. Samantha clearly rattled by Alexander's presence.
There's something strange happening around this man.
But when it comes to pure competition, Aleksandr was dominating MHW before everything stopped.
And Lance Jones knows it.
Lance has built an incredible television championship reign, but tonight might be the most pressure he's ever faced.
Especially because this match only happened after Lance publicly embarrassed Samantha earlier tonight.
And now Samantha may have accidentally handed Aleksandr the television championship.
If Lance loses tonight, he may never forgive himself for opening his mouth.
Aleksandr is bigger, stronger, and right now he looks completely locked in mentally.
And that's terrifying considering everything surrounding this man outside the ring.
The suspension, the accusations, the tension with Samantha, the unanswered questions around Sokolov.
Yeah, but once that bell rings, none of the conspiracy stuff matters if Aleksandr tears your head off.
And Lance Jones may be finding that out in real time.
Well, to me, it looks like Lance Jones has learned lessons from his previous encounter with Aleksandr.
For the first time in a long time, the television champion looks overwhelmed.
And Aleksandr is only getting more dangerous the longer this match goes.
Aleksandr exploding back into this match. Two huge clotheslines.
Lance swings and misses wildly.
Scoop slam by Aleksandr.
2 count only, and Aleksandr nearly wins the title right there.
Aleksandr is picking up Lance Jones, but Lance counters.
Damn!
Code breaker by Lance Jones.
Wait, no, why didn't Lance cover him? This could have been over.
Aleksandr catches Lance and is taking him on the ride of pain.
The match could be stopped here. Lance is not defending himself.
3 consecutive Germans.
We are almost at the finish line.
And no, the champion survives.
Lance has put up a better showing in this match than last time, but Aleksandr is stalking him now.
Aleksandr looking for another German, but Lance hits him with a left.
Lance goes for his signature, but Aleksandr elbows his knee.
Wait, Aleksandr has got him up. Aleksandr slam. Aleksandr has done it.
Damn!
We have a new champion. Aleksandr just defeated Lance Jones.
I cannot believe what we just saw.
Lance Jones threw everything he had at Aleksandr tonight, and it wasn't enough.
Aleksandr looked terrifying in that final stretch.
And after all the controversy, suspension, and rumors, Aleksandr may have just reclaimed his dominance over MHW.
Lance Jones got flattened in those final moments.
And right now, we may be witnessing the beginning of a completely new era.
Here is your winner, and new Mixed Honor.
Oh no.
What now?
Cut the music. Stop this. Stop this now. Do not give him that championship. Aleksandr, you knew tonight you needed to be perfect. And honestly, you almost were. But unfortunately for you, almost isn't good enough. Roll the footage.
Well, Aleksandr is pressuring here. Body shot, then collar and elbow tie up. Wait a minute. Oh no.
Right there. The closer you look, the more that starts looking less like a body shot and more like a low blow. The referee missed the illegal strike, so due to illegal contact, the winner by disqualification, and still your MHW television champion, Lance Jones.
You have got to be kidding me.
Greg, Samantha is running.
Samantha may have just made the biggest mistake of her career, messing with Aleksandr.